Hey everyone, welcome to Lords. We're at the Indoor Cricket Centre for our In the Nets feature where we get a celebrity cricket fan to talk about their passion and love for cricket. We'll get them to maybe have a bit of a bat, have a bit of a bowl, or in today's case, be the umpire. More on that in just a second. Now, my special guest is Indian chef Romy Gill. She loves cooking, she loves food, and she loves cricket. So all of those passions go hand in hand. We're going to have a chat with her about that, and we're going to get her in the nets very, very shortly. Oh, it's umpire! We're giving it! We're giving it. We got one. Oh, is that umpire? Come on! How is that? How is that? Okay, Romy Gill, you're in the house. Welcome to Lords.
Thank you for having me.
Now, this is your first time, right?
It is. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah, you had a nice tour?
I did. I loved it. It's so beautiful.
And the history.
And the history. It's just, I think when you enter the stadium, you get these goosebumps.
Yes.
It's just like...
Chills.
Yes.
Chills.
Do you get that?
All the time. And whenever I come up here and I just pull up and I just see just all the famous sort of architecture around, it's just like, this is a different place.
I think also the cricket, I grew up eating, drinking, sleeping cricket because that's what we had.
Yes.
So I think getting inside the grounds and it's just overwhelming. It's so amazing.
The thing is, you could have been here on a very special day, but you were too busy, right?
I was too busy cooking during World Cup.
World Cup final, was it?
Yes.
Cooking food over cricket. Okay. Well, it makes sense. You're a chef after all. But your passion for cricket, where did that come from? Where did that stem from?
So I'm born and brought up in India.
Yeah.
So I grew up in West Bengal to a very Punjabi family.
Yeah.
So growing up, we didn't have social media. So you can understand. So what we had was cricket, hockey, badminton, gulli danda. I don't know. Some people might not know that with a stick and a little thing that I used to play. Ludo, things like that, or chess, and cricket.
Bit of carom?
Yeah, carom board, yes. So I think that was, I used to play with my brother quite a lot with his friends.
Yeah.
I would say I was a tomboy more, like I would play with my brother's friends, and they would make me stand in the corner and field. They were so naughty, that field, and I always waited for do the bowling or batting or wickets keeping or anything.
Yeah.
But I was actually better than them. That's why they didn't want me.
You were too much competition for them to handle.
Yeah.
Would you like to become a cricketer? Because you look at the opportunities girls get now, which is fantastic. But maybe a few years ago, it obviously wasn't the same.
It wasn't. Because I was so good at it. I did tell my parents I would love to.
Very modest and humble as well.
I think when you're growing up, especially as a 70s child and growing up, you had limited things, and that was my parents. There's no money in cricket.
Yeah.
And then you change to become something else. You want to become something else.
Yeah.
But I think cricket was something that people. If you go in a township in India, still now, there's always a ground.
Absolutely.
There's always a ground. You'll always see people playing cricket.
Packed, yeah.
So I think that is how I grew up.
Yeah.
For me, cricket was something really important. And also you have to understand, the TV just came in and people used to watch the World Cup or Benson Hedges later on. It was all, timings were different. People used to get up early morning to watch cricket games.
Yeah.
So I think cricket was something I would have.
It's just the fabric of your childhood.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So cricket is one passion, and we'll talk a bit more about your love of the game. But another passion of yours is obviously cooking. You're a famous chef. We see you on TV, on radio. We see you fly all over the world as well. But how did that all come about as well? Because your passion for cooking, being Indian, I can understand where that comes from. But then in terms of turning it into a career, how did that happen?
I think my mum had cancer when I was doing my GCSEs, which is 10th exams. And mum had cancer, and she was a lady who loved cooking for me, for my friends. She was very good at cooking and her life revolved around it. And I think when she had that cancer, when she was doing the radiotherapy, her taste buds changed. She would put a lot of spices or a lot of salt in it. And for me, as a person who's always cooking around, and anything we said to a mum, she would cook for us. So I think the person who loved cooking couldn't taste anything.
Yeah.
That was quite emotional for me, for my family, my friends. So I said to my dad, I want to be a chef, and that came a big no again, because he said in hotel management, if you see at that point there were. You could count women on your fingers. There are 3 women who might be in running a chef.
Yeah.
But now things have changed with social media, with television. There are a lot of amazing chefs doing wonderful things in India. If I was now, I would be like, I go back and I see every time I go back, there's someone doing wonderful things. I think also in UK, and I think sometimes if you have that in you, and have a supportive husband and a family and friends.
Yeah.
They really encouraged me to become a chef, and I opened a restaurant years later. But I think you have to have the in you to become something. You can't say just passion, because passion is just going to take you somewhere.
Yeah.
It got to have the hard work, standing long hours, like cricketers playing in heat,
Absolutely.
rain, whatever it is. I think you have to have that in you to be able to give that whatever industry you go to.
And then you've written numerous books, you've been on programs like Celebrity MasterChef. Talk to me about that journey and how you've managed to use that platform.
I think when I opened my restaurant, there weren't many women, Indian women especially, have had many restaurants or anything like that. A lot of women came later. It was my restaurant and I ran it. I was the chef. But it was also, I think, Aful Kocher, who I have to give a big shout out, because he was the one who actually put me on television. He gave me an opportunity to be on Celebrity MasterChef as a judge, which was years ago. And I think things changed after that. A lot of people started to know me, where I come from, how I open, but also Carousel London. It's a restaurant, it's a revolving restaurant which has chefs from all over the world come and do a residency. So these two people really completely changed my life. People started to know me, television people started to know me, publishers started to know me. And I think that literally changed from where coming from Southwest as a woman of color. It was hard work, it wasn't easy, still isn't easy, but I think you have to be really prepared to be able to do the demands you have in
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah. When it comes to your earliest cricketing memory, do you remember what that was? Was it you with your brothers, as you mentioned, or was it something you saw on TV? Was there a special standout memory that you have?
I think it is because Dad used to listen on the radio. So first the radio, you have to understand the radio came, and then the black and white television, which was the big white affair, was the black and white television. And then came, and that followed cricket through. But for me, while growing up, 1983, I will always have that a very special moment, because I really like Kapil Dev, and the Kapil Dev ethos was not just about him, it was about bringing the team together, play as a, we call it as a team, but he was such an, still is an icon for me, because I think the team listened to him. The team listened to him, loved him, and I think he was all-rounder, like we were speaking earlier, and he could bring magic on the ground anytime.
Well, look, it was just a few yards from here where he did it.
Yes.
That changed. It feels like that changed that moment, the trajectory of Indian cricket, right?
Yes.
And the mindset that we can achieve anything.
Exactly, and also cricket, any kind of sports brings people together. And especially you have to understand India with religion, with rituals. It brings together. Anything like that, anything kind of a celebration brings people together, and it's the best feeling that you can't have,
So you're a cricketing hero. What about you as a cricketer? You said you were better than your brothers. Could you bowl, bat? Did you do everything? Were you an all-rounder?
All-rounder, legs. That's why I was asking Greg, standing there, what's the difference between a leg and off spinner? I could do that, but I think I could do really good wicket keeping and bats.
Oh gosh, you could do everything.
All-rounder,
Well, proper all-rounder though.
Because they made me do it, right? You have to learn it.
You got to fetch the ball.
Standing in that heat.
I love that. Okay, awesome. So when it comes to coming across cricketers as well, who have you come across and got to know over the years? Any particular cricketers in particular?
I think Ravi Shastri, Chetan Sharma, Sunil Gavaskar. I think they were the team that, Dilip Vensag, I think he was quite moody as well, but I think they were, also Balwinder Sidhu, I think, and all those I think they were really icons for the people like I was growing up in that 80s era. I'm a 70s child, I'm born in 70s, and then watching those things coming up, and then Benson and Hedges, all those kind of things brought, I cannot tell you how the feeling was. It was a feeling of not everybody had television. So you would have a room full of neighbors sitting in your room, mom making chai for everybody, which is tea, and then, passing laddus around or anything like that, sweet, whatever it is. I think that moment will never come back. We will not have that kind of, my daughters will never have that feeling. Or train journeys, people watching on the train, listening on a radio. I think all that will never come back, because those memories are very important for me as a growing up.
Romy, your favourite cricket match of all time, what would that be?
It has to be the World Cup between India and Zimbabwe.
So back in 1983?
Yes. And it was played in
Tunbridge Wells,
It was played in Tunbridge Wells, and what I remember was everyone was going like, out, while Kapil Dev comes.
He was in the shower, wasn't he? I think he was in the shower, like, what's going on?
Comes in, 171 runs. And you know, that for me is a memory I can never forget.
If you could play in any cricket team, past or present, so it could be the 83 team, it could be, I don't know, the famous Ashes team, it could be the famous West Indies team as well from the 70s or 80s. But which team would you love to spend time with?
No, has to be with Kapil Dev. And
any Kapil Dev team?
And that team. And there was Ravi Shastri, there was, all these, and even Balwinder Sidhu, all of them, that team I have to, want to go
transport yourself back. Yeah, I love that. Okay, brilliant. So we are going to ask you to get in the nets, but we're going to do things slightly differently. You're going to be an umpire for us today.
I am.
Okay, so
I'm excited.
So are you a fan of umpires? Are you someone who always protests against the umpire's decision?
I
do you respect the decision?
I do. That's the way. I think years and years ago, you couldn't go back and check whether you had to depend on the umpire's decision.
Yes.
So that was
final word. That's the final word. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put someone in the nets, and then we're going to get you to basically be the DRS system for us as well, and we'll see how you go.
Have to be the boss.
Yes, that'll suit you, I can tell. Okay, cool. We're going to get in the nets with Romy Gill. Oh, how is that? That is close. Surely umpire.
No, not out.
How is that not out?
No.
What's up?
What? Are we saying not
Because
out?
he hit the bat as well.
How's that?
Ozzy! Getting that?
No.
Getting a no. Oh, how is that umpire? They're giving it. They're giving it. We got one. Okay, why is that one out?
It's because he hit the bat. He hit the
pads.
Yeah.
Definitely hitting one of the stumps.
He definitely hit the pads. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe hitting leg. We think. You're giving that one out. That one. Oh, how is that umpire? That is out.
Yes.
That is plumb. I think he's plumb there. That's got to be plumb. Okay, ready for the next one. Come on, bowler. Oh,
Yes!
Yeah, that is out. That is a plumb decision.
Yeah.
Hitting the bottom of the middle, I reckon. Yeah, I think that was clear.
That was exciting.
Oh, nice bat down. I won't
That's
appeal
not
that.
out.
You won't appeal that. Yeah, he doesn't want to break any toes one.
No, that's not. I hit
out.
the bat.
Come on. Let's hit those pads.
No.
Not out. You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, how is that? How is that? Come on. How are you not giving that?
Shall I give it? I'm thinking. Out!
That's got to be Billy Bowden-esque, like wait a decade and then whoosh. How is that? How is that? That is out. Clear. Give it the Stuart Broads. Let's celebrate before we get the decision. Oh, is that? Umpire, come on! He's giving it. He's not happy about that one. You can't be happy about that one. Oh, that!
Not sure.
The batters are not going to want to pad up today, that's for sure, with Romy's umpire. Romy, you did so well there. I think every other decision you were pretty much, that was your average, you were getting pretty much every other decision right. But when we went and had a look at how you made those decisions, it shows you, like, umpire's job is pretty tough.
Oh, it is tough, but it is. I loved it.
You loved it. You loved the power and the control.
I loved the power and the control, but I think, like you said, the decision of the umpire, especially now with all the machinery and all the gadgets.
All the technology,
Yes, it's so, like, exciting at the same time. It's quite like, if your decision that you've given, like so many people sitting and watching umpire decision, it's quite scary at the same time.
Yeah.
But having that technology really helps you in many ways. But I think, but it also, look at the ball, how fast it's going, right? Let's just assume we are in a full 32,000 people sitting in the stadium.
Yes.
And then there's the umpire, there's the bowler, whole team saying out, and the umpire is really like, it's this, put on the spot.
Yes, and you need special hearing just to make sure that, okay, has it hit the bat?
Yeah.
Has it hit the pad? Yeah, it's tough.
So I think that I think is I'm going to give a lot of credit to the umpires.
Yeah, yeah,
Not just
absolutely.
because I was being one today, but I think we overlook the umpires because they
Yeah.
do have a really powerful and really hard job.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, you did really well, and thank you so much for coming here to the home of cricket with our In the Nets. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. It's just taken back to my memories of a childhood. So
I love that.
so excited.
Are you going to come back again soon?
I am
Excellent.
definitely. Thanks for
Brilliant.
having me.
Pleasure. Thank you so much, Romy Gill.